John 15, 1 through 7 says this. Jesus became increasingly popular among notorious sinners. Ooh, tax collectors and other social outcasts. The Pharisees and the religious scholars noticed this, and they said, "This man welcomes immoral people, and he enjoys their company over a meal." Ooh, scandal. Jesus responds not with an excuse, not with a defense, but with a story. And he says this. Wouldn't every single one of you, if you had 100 sheep and lose one, leave the 99 in their grazing lands and go out searching for the lost sheep until you find it? When you find the lost sheep, wouldn't you hoist it upon your shoulders, feeling wonderful? And when you go home, wouldn't you call together your friends and your neighbors? Wouldn't you say, "Come over and celebrate with me because I've found my lost sheep"? This is how it is in heaven. They're happier over one sinner who changes his way of life than they are over 99 good and just people who don't need to change their way of life. When he was talking about good and just people who don't need to change their life, it was a little bit of irony. And he's talking about those who think they don't need any help, those who think they're getting along fine by themselves. And you know, we all know what it feels like to be lost. We've all been lost, whether it's on the first day of school and you can't find a class, or you're lost in the middle of nowhere. You've been driving around for hours and you finally stop at a gas station and nothing looks familiar and you're kind of scared. Or you're in the middle of a crowd and you just feel all alone and lost. We know what that is like. We know what it's like to be lost. And here's some real good news. God compassionately loves the lost. He is crazy about the lost. And when they find their way home, he throws a party for them. You know, I think it's so interesting because we get so caught up and we get hung up on big numbers. We want big crowds. We want lots of people to follow us around. We want lots of people to show up. We always, how many people were there? How many people did you have? And we get hung up on big numbers. Jesus gets hung up on one. He is all about the importance of one person. He's all about just one person who might be lost, who comes home, and he celebrates, and he throws a huge party, and there's so much there, and it's just incredible. Now, here's your part in the story. If you have found your way home, here's where you fit into the story. Verse 6 says this, "Wouldn't you call together your friends and say, 'Come celebrate with me'?" If you found that sheep that you've been looking for, that one out of the 99, if you found that sheep and you bring them home, wouldn't you call together your friends and say, "Come celebrate with me"? And that's our part in the story. If we're already found, God says to us, "Hey, come on. You're my friend. Come on over and celebrate. Somebody else has come home. Somebody else is not lost anymore. They have found their way home. Let's party." If you're lost, come home. Give God a reason to party. If you're found, join in the party. And when people come home, let's get excited. Let's not point our fingers at them. Let's not accuse them. Let's not remind them how lost they were. Let's just join in the party simply and beautifully and see what happens. God bless you guys. Giddy up!